So you've got a Honda Insight, and it's got 20 sticks of those little D-cell batteries, 6 in each stick for 120 cells total. And instead of those stupid things, you can take your pack, use a screwdriver and take it apart all the way down to this, and then use a saw. I used one of those rotary saws, big one, you know, for like doing demolition work. And I put this on our balcony ledge, and I used a toe strap and strapped it to the ledge, and that's what held it in place. And then I stuck the saw blade in here, and I cut all this crap off here. And you can see I left the sides on here. These were circles, or half circles, and they were over here and over here. And see what I've done? You can still see remnants of the circle a little bit, but I've cut them. See? So what you want to do is make a big rectangle that you can fit those Prius cells in. So your Honda Insight has 120 cells that are in 20 sticks of 6. Well, guess what? 20 Prius cells or modules with 6 cells, that's 120. It's the same exact thing. It's even the same amp hour capacity, 6.8. That's why this works. They're the exact same battery, just totally different. So the first thing you got to do, get your battery pack out of there and strip it completely down, unscrew everything out of it you can, then get yourself a saw, because these pieces went all the way across. That's where your battery's stuck into. You got to cut all that out and get rid of it. So you got a big rectangle here. I'm looking to see if there's any other mods I did, but basically, look, see if we can get a picture of this with some sunlight on it. Okay, and over here, there, see the roundness? Okay, because that was all those little circles. You got to cut all that crap out of there. And basically, as far as modifying this part of the case, that's all you're doing. Getting this thing big and open square. We leave these screws in here. Okay, on this side, see those screws are still there? We cut, almost exposing them. Where is it? Right there. Almost. Not quite, because you don't want them to fall out. So you need those screws to stay on the end that has the screws. Okay. You see, I'm trying to put this one back together. It's got cobwebs and crap in it because I haven't got around to putting this thing back in here in a while. But what's going to happen is, after you get this part done, what will we do next? What will you need next? You need an entire Prius battery, because we're going to reuse all the orange wires from the Prius to hook up the batteries, all the nuts and bolts and all that stuff. So you're going to need an entire donor Prius battery. Even if the cells are bad, you need that entire metal case. Not really, but you need a lot of the stuff that's in it. So if you have an entire donor Prius battery, you want that. And then you need 20 good modules. So if you go out and find yourself one Prius battery that's a core that somebody hasn't gone through and trashed and just put bad cells in the whole thing, you can probably get 20 good ones out of there. Okay, and then you'll have all your wiring and everything for all the next steps you got to do here. But first thing is, get your case prepped, cut it all out. This stuff here, I don't know if I can zoom in on this to give you an idea what this looks like. That's one of the inside pieces there that's cut. So you can see about how much I cut. There's still a little bit of round on it. And that's not critical. The only reason I left that on there was to give the case support here, but there's no weight on top of the case. So you could technically probably cut these completely out. I chose to go through the trouble to leave them in there. It makes the battery a little harder to get in and out when it's completed, but it gave the case strength, vertical strength here, although there's not really any weight sitting on top of the case in the first place. And you could probably get away with just cutting those completely out. I didn't know if I could or not when I built this, so I left them. Okay, so that's step number one. You got to modify the case.